Hello, and welcome to the explanation of the Inwheeltime mail situation. As of now, when mail gets sent to either John, Don, Mike, or David at inwheeltime.com, there are inboxes that are custom set up to retrieve this mail. Because each individual wants to check their inwheeltime.com mail on either their mail client, meaning Microsoft Outlook, or they want it to forward to their AOL mail or another mail client that they're already using, we've simply set up a mail forward in each of the individual clients to forward to their mail. Now we've tested this out and confirmed that it works. So let's log into as if I am Don Armstrong. I'm going to go to mail.inwheeltime.com. I'm going to type in Don, and I've got his password. Paste it in there. Click sign in. And notice all of his mail is in a format that is also the same as what you'd see if you had a Gmail account. Any mail that I send from here is all from don@inwheeltime.com. Any mail that comes into this address is saved in this inbox. Is why it looks like everything's unread, but it's also forwarded to donhoutx at AOL.com, which is personal email address. So I'm going to click here, click on mail settings, and show you where that is done. Here on forwarding and pop/IMAP, you can see that it's set to forward a copy of incoming mail to his email address, which is in use, and it also keeps a copy in the inbox just in case if you miss something you want to go back and check it. So all of those are active and they should all be working. In addition, any info at inwheeltime.com is also being forwarded to each of the three accounts, Don, John, and Mike. We're going to test this out again to make sure that it works so you can see it live. What I've done is I went ahead and added my personal email address, jeremiahmoore@yahoo.com, into the forward list for Don's email address. So I'm just going to select, I want all email now that goes to don@inwheeltime.com to forward to jeremiahmoore@yahoo.com, and we'll switch this back at the end of this demonstration so that mail forwards appropriately. Done that. I'm going to save changes. I'm going to go back here to my composed mail in my Yahoo, and I'm going to say I want to send a mail to Don. So don@inwheeltime.com. I'm going to say that this is a test number 1. Okay, I'm going to click send. Okay, I'm going to go here and I'm going to see that Don at Inwheeltime has already received a message from Jeremiah Moore, yahoo.com, called test 1. So it sends a copy initially here, it saves it. I'm going to refresh my mail here and see that it was automatically forwarded to my Yahoo, and I got a message from Jeremiah Moore from test 1. It shows up correctly as it should. The second part of the forwarding that happens within Inwheeltime is the info address. When someone sends an email to info@inwheeltime.com, it's set to forward to Mike, Don, and John. And we control this when I log into my admin Inwheeltime account. This is what was requested to happen. I've created a group email address, and inside this group, I will show you. You click on here. There is don@inwheeltime.com, john@inwheeltime.com, and mike@inwheeltime.com. That means that anytime anyone sends an email to info@inwheeltime.com, it will forward to any of or all these three email addresses separately. Now, if all three of you reply to the same email, that means that person will get the email 3 times. But the only way to, or get 3 different responses rather, and the only way to avoid that is if it's one. If it's actually an email address or email account rather, that everyone checks and you can see that it's responded to. So let's test this out. Again, let's remember that don@inwheeltime.com right now is set to forward to jeremiahmoore@yahoo.com. I'm gonna log into go to mail.inwheeltime.com. I'm gonna log in as John. I'm sorry, rather Don, and I'm gonna paste his password in. Okay, I've logged in. I'm going to click on Mail Settings. You can see that it's set to forward to jeremiahmoore@yahoo.com. Let's go back to the inbox, and you can watch how this happens. In my Yahoo Mail, I'm going to send a message to info@inwheeltime.com. I'm going to call this test number 2 from Jeremiah Moore. Okay, now what's going to happen is Mike and John Mitten will both get this message as well, in addition to Don. So I'm going to send this, test 2 from Jeremiah Moore. Okay, it's going to take a second. And you can see that the info is automatically forwarded to don@inwheeltime.com. I'm going to go here to my Yahoo Mail. I'm going to click on refresh again. And you can see the test 2 from jeremiahmoore.com. So the chain works all the way from start to finish, and it is working as it should.